Public safety announcement. Boy, I tell you, I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And, y'all like my knowledge? Hit the subscribe button. If you don't like it, ain't nothing else I can tell you. Just move on to the next channel. But listen, let's talk about the rankings. The AP poll came out Sunday and got LSU ranked number 1. And Ohio State ranked number 2. Bama 3, Clemson 4. So the two teams that played in the championship last year, 3 and 4. That's about right. That's about right. So you can shut all the whining and crying up. I'm glad they ranked it that way. I didn't never want to be ranked number 1 anyway, because I'm so used to being number 1. What the hell a ranking got to do with it? When Alabama somehow at the end of the season end up beating everybody's ass for the number 1 spot. Yeah, Clemson beat our ass last year, and they got the number 1 spot. But somehow or another, Clemson's number 4 and we number 3. Boy, I tell you. But they like to throw that big word out there, a body of work. Body of work. Okay, the committee don't meet till next week. But everybody's all up in arms about the AP poll. Now listen at this now. Y'all listen at this. LSU whining and crying. After they beat Texas, they thought they should be ranked number 1. Auburn beat Oregon. They thought they should be ranked number 1. Okay. That's 2 teams right there that had all the press clippings going. Because they beat 2 scrub teams. Or peekaboo teams, what I call them. Peekaboo. They peeking when they doing good. But when they play a hard game, they're a boo team. Auburn proved that this weekend. Auburn just a peekaboo team. All right. But LSU peaking. But in 2 weeks, they'll be a boo team. Mark that down. But listen. So LSU is ranked number 1. All right. Ohio State, they was crying. We should be ranked number 1. Hell, even Wisconsin was crying there for a minute. They had to shed a few teams out, hadn't let nobody scold on them in a few games, and they got beat by Illinois. Then they turn around this week and get smashed by Ohio State. Where they at now? They're a peekaboo team, like I said. All right? So LSU is the top dog now. They ain't got to whine and cry this week that they shouldn't be number 1. They number 1. Right where they should be. Because they beat a 3-loss Texas team. They beat a 2-loss Auburn team. They beat a 1-loss Florida team that should lost against Kentucky and Miami Hurricanes. Florida should have lost those 2 games, but they didn't. They won them. But LSU get all the credit for beating them. Because Florida's a good quality team. Auburn a good quality team. Texas a good quality team. They all 3 of them top 10 teams. Boy, I tell you, Alabama ain't played nobody. Nobody. We did beat South Carolina, and South Carolina beat the number 2 team in the country at the time, if you're going by the AP poll. And South Carolina should have beat Florida if you're going by the AP poll. You see what I'm saying? So LSU is ranked number one. They fans, they can't cry no more that they ain't number one. They the top dog. I told y'all a few weeks ago. What was that? Week 2 or week 3? I can't remember that video. But I told y'all, go ahead and get a national championship in week 3 to LSU Tigers. Go ahead and get them the championship. It's over with. Give Joe Burrow the Heisman in week 3. Or week 4, whichever one I said. Remember y'all, I told y'all that? And I said, go ahead and get him the week 4 national championship and Heisman Trophy in week 4. Well, they are the champions. And week 10 coming to Tuscaloosa. Or week 9 for us, or week 9 for them. You know, so to me, the national title gonna be played next weekend in Tuscaloosa. If you let the LSU people tell you that. You know, they the number 1 team in the country. You know, Alabama ranked number 3. Some of the people say we ranked too high. Because Tua went down. You know what I'm saying? Even when Tua was healthy, they were saying Alabama ain't played nobody. Man, listen to me. Y'all listen to me good. Do y'all remember last year before we went and played LSU in Baton Rouge at Death Valley? The stadium that's supposed to scare every man and woman and child that walk in it. That stadium. Me and Brenda walked in there and walked out with a bag of popcorn, and we still ain't seen the damn boogeyman in Death Valley. Hell, to be honest with you, we ain't seen the boogeyman in Death Valley for the last 8-9 years. You know, but anyway, what I was saying is, you know, Tua last year was getting ready to go into Death Valley. And they were saying, well, Tua ain't never played in an environment like this. Tua ain't never experienced a defense like LSU got. Yep, he hadn't. Tua ain't played nobody. Remember all that talk last year? Well, Tua did throw his first interception in that game. But also, Tua did throw for 300 some odd yards in that game. And also, Tua put 29 points on the board. Probably should have put more. Put 29 points on the board as the LSU Tigers didn't score a run. Didn't score a run. Not a touchdown, a run. See, reason why I say LSU didn't score a run, at least get one on the board. They didn't even get one on the board. You hear me? So, this year, the LSU fans have been crying for weeks. They should be ranked number 1. And we hadn't played nobody. So here we're getting ready to play next week against the number 1 team in the country, the Crimson Tide. So I'm going to say this. When the committee meets next week, they probably going to have LSU number 1, Ohio State number 1, vice versa. It don't matter. You know, they can flip-flop. I think LSU got the better resume. And when I say resume, that means beating somebody with a name, like a Texas or Florida or Auburn. Them schools got names, even though they are a peekaboo damn team this year. But because they got names, LSU want to take credit because they beat a team with a damn name. Not a team, a good team. They beat a team with a name. So they got the better resume. LSU Tigers. So Basically what I'm saying is, after we beat their ass next week, I want y'all to remember this video. Because I'm going to tell y'all again. Just remember this video now. And mark down what I'm saying. And even if it was Ohio State we was playing next week, you can put them in that category. But we ain't playing them. We playing the LSU Tigers. Home of the corn dogs. All right? And Popeye chicken too. But listen. So remember this video. Next week when Tua trot out on that field and blast their ass next week, I'm going to tell y'all, once again, just like last year, and the year before, and the year before, and the year before, I think I need to add about 4 more years to that year before. We ain't playing no damn body. Like to lost my damn toothpick. Roll damn tide.